And now we have our party members. We actually have the full party now.
That little Scoryth took down that Heartless. Who'd have thought it?
Such is the power of the Keyblade. The child's strength is not his own.
Why don't we turn him into a Heartless? That'll settle things quick enough.
And the brat's friends are the king's lackeys. Swung on the ice, they're all built rats by the look of them.
You're no prize yourself.
Shut up!
Enough! The Keyblade has chosen him. Will it be he who conquers the darkness? Or will the darkness swallow him? Either way, he could be quite useful.
I'm not going to spoil it in case you couldn't recognize or weren't aware, but the people you saw in that last scene there, they're the villains of the worlds we're going to be visiting. So if you recognize them either by voice or maybe barely by their silhouettes, if you can see it good enough. I know it's it's probably a little bit dark to tell, but if you recognize them, then you'll know what worlds we'll be going to. Some of which I can't fucking stand. Make sure you're prepared for the journey ahead of you. We don't know how far the Heartless has spread. Check out the shops here. They've got some pretty neat stuff. This is from all of us. 500 money. Spend it as you see fit. And this is from Leon. And an elixir. Good luck. Hope you find your friends. Look out for each other. Keep your spirits up. This coming from Squall. The gummy ship is outside that gate. That one right there. Well, we can't have been able to go out yet. You can teleport to the gummy ship from save points. Open the save menu and select gummy ship. Not all save points let you board the gummy ship. The what? That's our ship. Wait till you see it. Hold on. Sora, this is for you. Attain the power of fire. Learn magic spell? Fire. Select magic to cast spells. To cast quickly, assign spells to shortcut buttons in the customized menu. Casting spells consumes MP. Using others or striking enemies replenishes MP. Now you can use magic too. Goofy, give him that other thing. What? You know. Oh yeah. Sora learned Dodge Roll. Activate abilities by equipping them. Some abilities are used by pressing square. Others work automatically. Equip them in the abilities menu. Activating them requires AP. Abilities allow you to do all sorts of things. Guess we should look for them along the way, huh? Okay, is that it? Let's get going. Not till we're ready. Well, I see big adventures coming their way. Anything is big to that little cricket. Looks like it's up to me to keep track of it all in my journal. Alright, first things first, let's go ahead and take a look at the journal. Read Jiminy's journal, which contains his notes and other records. What would you like to read? Let's check the chronicles first. Sora's story. Sora, a boy born and raised on an island, dreamed of seeking the outside world. He and his friends Riku and Kairi began building a raft with which to sail away. One day, Sora ventured into the island's secret cave and met a stranger who had come from beyond the door. That night, disaster struck Sora's island. Riku and Kairi disappeared, and Sora was left with a mysterious weapon. With it, he defeated monsters that had suddenly appeared everywhere, spawned from an enormous sphere of darkness, but the darkness swallowed the island. Meanwhile, Disney Castle was in an uproar. King Mickey had vanished, leaving only a note behind. With this sole clue, Donald and Goofy set out to find him. Somehow, Sora ended up in a place called Traverse Town, where he met Leon, Aerith, and Yuffie, and learned about the Heartless beings of darkness, and the secret behind his weapon, the Keyblade. It is the key to unlocking some great power. Before long, Sora also met Donald and Goofy, who were looking for Leon, and joined forces with them. Alright, let's take a look at the characters. Characters page 1. This may take a little bit, so like I said, if you want to skip this stuff, you don't want to read any of this stuff, I guess just skip ahead the episode until you see some gameplay or something. Sora, a spirited youth, he was cast into an unknown world when a swarm of Heartless raided his island. He battles the Heartless with a mysterious weapon called the Keyblade as he searches for his friend, Kairi. We can actually pull up the model of the character here. Which, We know what he looks like. We've seen him for, 4 hours now? Riku, Islander. A self-confident youth always competing with Sora. He hated the monotony of island life and built a raft with Sora and Kairi to explore the outside world. Riku seems to have vanished along with the Destiny Islands. Alright. Kairi, Islander. Kairi, Sora, and Riku were best friends. They built a raft to sail out and see new worlds. The three were separated when a mysterious force struck the Destiny Islands. Thus did Sora's search for Kairi begin. Alright. Mickey Mouse, King of Disney Castle. He set out to learn more about the darkness and left instructions for Donald and Goofy to find and follow the Key Bearer. No one knows where King Mickey is now, but they are determined to find him. He made his debut in Steamboat Willie, 1928. Donald Duck, Royal Magician. Skilled in magic, but can be short-tempered and stubborn. He set out in the gummy ship with Goofy to find the king. Donald has joined forces with Sora, the Key Bearer, alluded to in the King's letter. Donald made his screen debut in The Wise Little Hen, 1934. Goofy, Captain of the Royal Knights. He avoids fighting whenever possible, Mickey's most loyal subject. He set out in the gummy ship with Donald to find King Mickey. He has joined forces with Sora, obeying Mickey's command to follow the Key Bearer. Goofy made his first screen appearance in Mickey's Review, 1932. Minnie Mouse, Queen of Disney Castle, ruling in Mickey's absence. I, Jiminy Cricket, am accompanying Donald and Goofy as a royal chronicler at her request. Queen Minnie is more concerned than anyone about the king's disappearance. Minnie made her screen debut in Steamboat Willie, 1928. I didn't know they came out at the same time. I wanted to wear that. Daisy Duck, Donald's sweetheart. She's helping Minnie while the others look for King Mickey. She has Donald under her thumb and does a good job of keeping him in line. She originally appeared as Daisy in Mr. Duck Steps Out. One thing I wanted to point out that I hadn't had a chance to, that I almost forgot about, is back at the Disney Castle when Donald and Goofy first read the note from Mickey to Queen Minnie and Daisy. Donald said, "Daisy, can you take care of the," and didn't finish the sentence because Daisy said, "Of course." I don't know what exactly Donald was going to, what the rest of that sentence was going to be. Considering I don't think it's ever mentioned anywhere else in the game, I'm going to assume that in a way, I guess, Donald was asking Daisy to take care of the Queen. That's the only thing I can think of, because unless I'm completely missing something plainly obvious, there's no other reference to whatever it was Donald was going to say, whatever Donald had asked her to help take care of. Alright. Pluto. Mickey's faithful dog. Pluto is more than a pet. He and Mickey are bound by strong ties of loyalty. Pluto set out with the others to find his master. Will that famous nose of his lead into Mickey? Pluto originally appeared in The Chain Gang, 1930. Chip, one of the Kingdom's specialists, helps maintain the gummy ship, which can travel to any destination. Chip is more serious and diligent than his easygoing, playful partner, Dale. Chip and Dale's first appearance was in Private Pluto, 1943. Dale, one of the King's specialists, helps maintain the gummy ship, which can travel to any destination. Compared to the more serious Chip, he takes a happy-go-lucky approach to life. Same thing about, first appearance. Huey, one of Donald's three nephews. Huey is the leader, and he keeps playful Dewey and laid-back Louie in line. You can spot Huey by his trademark red cap. Huey began tormenting his Uncle Donald and Donald's nephews, 1938. I'm sure the things will be the same. One of Donald's nephews always wears a blue cap, cheerful and easygoing. He works with his brothers in a shop in Traverse Town. Dewey began tormenting his Uncle Donald and Donald's nephews, 1938. Louie is the green one, obviously, one of the three nephews, works with his brothers in a shop in Traverse Town, gentle and carefree, but notices a lot of things others miss. To find him, look for a green cap. Alright. Brooms. Enchanted brooms with a life of their own. They tidy up, maintain the gummy ship, do house repairs, wait on others, just about anything useful. They swept onto the screen in Fantasia, 1940. Okay, I thought it was Beauty and the Beast, but it was obviously Fantasia, 1940. Okay. Leon. Here's where we're going to go into my territory. I'm going to know these. A swordsman who wields the gunblade. His real name, Squall Leonhardt. He escaped to Traverse Town when the Heartless raided his home world. To part with his old self, a man who had been helpless to stop him, he changed his name. Since meeting the king who has been so vigilant against the Heartless, Leon has sought the truth behind the key. Final Fantasy VIII. I didn't have the year that Final Fantasy VIII came out. Yuffie. A female ninja who escaped to Traverse Town when her home world was taken by the Heartless. She stays strong and cheerful in any situation. She works with Leon and Aerith to unravel the secret of the key, but doesn't say she's a materia thief. Final Fantasy VII. Aerith. She lost her home to the Heartless at a very young age. Beneath her gentle disposition lies a strong will and a firm sense of duty. And a spoiler for Final Fantasy VII if I keep going. Many are naturally drawn to her, especially Cloud. Aerith works with Leon and Yuffie to learn more about the Heartless and the key. Final Fantasy VII. Shevin. She also gets a sword shoved through her stomach. Damn it, I couldn't avoid the spoiler. A spoiler of a game that's, what, 30 years old? 1997, 2007, 2017. Okay, 20 years old. 21 years old. Sid, owner of an accessory shop in Traverse Town. Now, there are multiple Sids throughout the Final Fantasy series. Obviously, where they took the Sid from Final Fantasy VII to put in Kingdom Hearts. A highly skilled engineer and first-rate pilot. When the Heartless invaded his world, he escaped to Traverse Town on a gummy ship he built himself. He is an expert on gummy ships. Final Fantasy VII. Titus, a cheerful, self-confident boy who lived on the Destiny Islands. He considers himself a champ at everything. Nobody knows what happened to him after the island disappeared. Final Fantasy X. And how interesting, he has a scar on his face, not just this kind of scar that Jecht had, his father from Final Fantasy X, but the fact that it's an X, just like Final Fantasy X. Right, nice little touch there. Nice little touch there, Square. Selphie, a spunky girl who lived on the Destiny Islands. She is rather impulsive and quite the romanticist. Nobody knows what happened to her after her island disappeared. Final Fantasy VIII. Waka, a boy who lived on the Destiny Islands. He looks out for Titus and Selphie like a big brother. Nobody knows what happened to him after the island disappeared. Final Fantasy X. And Moogles. Escaped to Traverse Town when the Heartless invaded their home. They know how to combine various items to form new ones. Many Final Fantasies. That's so true. That is very true. Alright. Characters 2. Jiminy Cricket. That's me, the cricket who keeps Pinocchio to the straight and narrow. I'm along on the quest as the Royal Chronicler. Look for me in Pinocchio 1940. The Heartless. This is essentially, at this point, this part is the bestiary, if you will. Shadow. Heartless that emerge from various places. They sneak up to their enemies and strike them with sharp claws. They are extremely tenacious, often chasing their prey to the end. I've already defeated 268. Holy crap. Soldier. Heartless that emerge from various places. They are brisk in their movements and rush into their opponents. However, they are not that tenacious. They often appear in numbers, though they lack teamwork. And I've only defeated 16 because, And of course, that's, I haven't defeated very many as of yet. We got Darkside. Darkside is the name of the big boss that we fought already like twice that we can't really kill yet. Enormous Heartless that appeared in Destiny Islands with Shadows. It led the Shadows in the battle against Sora when he first received the Keyblade. Although Sora defeated it, the island was swallowed by the darkness. And then Guard Armor is the name of the boss. Leader of the Heartless in Traverse Town. It falls apart when it receives damage, but each part attacks individually. Sora meets Donald Goofy for the first time just before fighting this Heartless. And that should be all of them for now. Okay. Alright, that's it for that. I'm going to go ahead and take a moment to check equipment. I got a Protect, Chain, and Brave Warrior. Slightly raises max HP and Strength. Let's see how that compares to what I've got over here. That'll increase my HP to 27 and my Strength to 21, but I'll lose 2 points in defense. I don't want to lose that defense, so I'm not going to whip that on me. And I don't want to lose that experience necklace, so I'm going to put... I don't need strength with Donald because obviously he's a mage, so he's going to be using... His attacks are going to be magic. So I'm going to give him the Protect Chain to boost his defense. And Goofy is going to get the Brave Warrior to boost his attack because he does do physical attacks. It's not very much, but he does do physical attacks. Alright, abilities. Sora learns Slap Shot. Rapidly strike enemies ahead of you. Occasionally deals critical damage. So we're going ahead and equip that. Berserk boosts attack power when HP is critically low, combined with a weapon skill for more power. So I'm going to equip that. And dodge roll, dive and roll to evade attack by pressing square with the button while moving. Equip. Okay. Now you can see how this works. Each of these abilities cost 1 AP, and right now Sora has a maximum AP of 7. So each of these abilities cost 1, so now I've used up 3 AP, and now I have 7. Now I have 4 left. You're not going to really be able to tell, except by the description, which abilities are passive and automatic, which abilities are not passive. Pretty much if it doesn't tell you to press a command or press a button or press a combo of buttons to initiate this command, it's probably most likely a passive ability. As you can see, boosts attack power when HP is critically low. So when an HP gets critically low, so you hear that siren off, that rip, rip, rip noise, my attack power will be boosted. Not really something I like to have, but it's good for an emergency situation should I need it. And Slapshot, rapidly strike enemies ahead of you, occasionally deals critical damage. I think this is actually an active ability that appears during battle, and I would have to press the triangle button to actually commit that attack, I think. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think it's a passive ability. I could be wrong, though. And then obviously dodge roll, dive and roll to evade attack, press the square button while moving. So you can do that in or out of battle, it doesn't matter. Donald doesn't have any abilities I can learn, but Goofy has Rocket. Leap at an airborne enemy and attack with shield. Special attack costs 1 MP, which again, you can't control the abilities of your allies, so when they use those abilities that uses MP, they're going to use it automatically anyway. He's only got 1 AP, so I'll go ahead and equip this. No shared abilities yet. As you can see now, we've got custom abilities we can put here. We've learned obviously only one magic ability right now, Fire, which is available by the triangle button. Assign a spell to a shortcut menu, cast it with L1 plus the triangle buttons. So now if I back out here, I hold L1, you see now we have shortcut menu appeared. Square and X don't have a shortcut on them, but triangle does, and bloosh, there goes my fire attack. So I can now cast magic. Right now I can only use it twice because as you can see, I've only got 2 magic. I've only got 2 MP. And fire casts 1 MP, so there you go. Again, I won't be using it very often because I'm just not used to using magic. The only magic I'll probably ever use will be most likely Cure, and the only time I'll ever use any offensive magic will be against enemies that are weak to that magic. There are enemies that actually have weaknesses to specific elements, and I'll be using most likely using those then. But even then, it'll be very rare because usually there are a lot of enemies that don't really have. They're weak. Those that are weak to a certain element, they're not like massively weak to it. It's just like it's a little bit stronger than a physical attack, but physical attacks will likely be more effective because you can combo the attack, and that combo attack will do more damage than a single magic attack will. And there are some enemies that are elementally resistant, so again, making magic a little less useful. So, in all honesty, magic in this game, for the way I play, is really, really not that good. So you won't see me use it except for maybe Cure. And even then, I've got items to use if I have to. With that done and said, the thing I want to do here, equipment's already set. Customize. Okay, I can adjust the AI here essentially, but I still can't control their movements. Donald, regular attacks, I would say manual. Regular attacks, I'll say occasionally because I want him to do mostly offensive magic. So I want, manual, damn it, Donald, okay, here we go. Offensive magic constantly. Defensive magic, there's restorative magic that consumes MP. Restorative protective magic, I would say occasionally, because I'd rather him be an offensive mage. Advanced magic, tells off you cast special magic that consumes MP. I'm not really sure what that would consist of as far as what Donald will do, because I think he gets some magic abilities that Sora does not get. So I'm going to say occasionally. HP items, I'm going to say only in emergency. NP items, frequently, that's fine. So let's go to Donald, or go to Goofy rather. We go manual, regular attacks constantly. God damn it. Special attacks constantly, shield techniques constantly, support actions. Tell how often to use abilities that support the party and consume MP. I'm going to go ahead and say constantly. HP items, I'm going to say only in emergency, and MP items frequently. See, I'm not really sure if setting these HP items means how, or HP and MP items, their frequent use, how often I have them set. If they're used only on themselves, or they'll also use it on me. Because if it's also on me, I wouldn't want to put it on only in emergency. I want to put it on frequently, just so I can keep my HP up as often as possible. But I don't know for sure exactly how, if it's for any party member or just themselves. So just kind of save on item usage. I'm going to put only in emergency. Abilities, I already set that. Equipment I've already set. Items already set. Now I'm going to change the config. Okay. We're not ready to leave Traverse Town just yet. Oh, hey, here's